What's going on, y'all, man? Your boys is back. VNZ in the building. What's popping?
The boys are back in town.
The boys are back in
What's
town.
going on, world? We
What's
back,
going
baby.
on, y'all? Hopefully, y'all ready to chop it up with us one more week. As we step foot into the month of April now officially. Last week we talked about getting closer to the draft. We know it's right around the corner. We less than 4 weeks away now. Um, it's that time to really, I think it's hitting me to put last season behind us. Um,
Yeah, man. I had to put it down a couple weeks ago. Like for real. Really like, all right, it's done. Because I was still licking my wounds every now and again, just thinking about that damn Cincinnati game. But
right,
I think I got it on my system now. I think it's really time to lock in on what's to come. So
right. Yeah, I'm with you, man. It was definitely a couple weeks ago for me too. I mean, obviously when we started recording again, but also just hearing from other people, whether it be other Bills fans or other podcasts. Shout out to the boys that had us on from Cover One last Friday.
yeah,
We
that
hopped,
was a good look, man. It
yeah,
was
we
a good
hopped
time.
on, yeah, with Aaron and Chris and a couple other people. So it was good being on there with those boys just to chop it up for an hour because I've never done a Twitter space before.
Yeah, no, that was my first time too. So it was definitely
Yeah,
a nice experience just to one have other voices or be a part of other voices in the room. But and it's also using that platform for this type of forum. It was different.
right, and that's why I'm trying to do better of getting back to people like people who I've said, yeah, we gonna join y'all, like really connecting.
Right.
Because I really feel like in this fan base we need to continue to connect with each other because I feel like the more positive connections, the better. Because I know sometimes some fan base they just get this thing where some people feel like they up here and then everybody else don't matter, or
Right. Yeah,
some
get
fan
on that
bases
high horse.
yeah, or some just can't get along for whatever reason. Like, or you just got content creators that just all do their own things. But I feel like it's good here and there for us to connect, share ideas. Because I ain't gonna lie, they brought up some stuff last week about the draft and who we should be looking at that I ain't really think too much of. The whole tackle situation. Like, I didn't realize there's a portion of our fan base that are really much so on the tackle train, possibly for round one. Like, I was more like, you know,
Not at all.
yeah, like if it happens, it happens, but I'm not like running in the car to get one of the top three tackles, but hearing some things about what that could do for this offensive line, future of Dawkins, battling with Spencer Brown. It makes sense. It's still not in my top two, but if one of those top three tackles is there, it will make things interesting, to say the least. But before we get into all of that, man, how you doing over there? You holding up, man? How the baby doing?
Hey dog, another day, another day, another dollar, I guess the saying is. We'll be
Right.
all good over here on this side, man.
Okay,
It's
good.
been a good week.
Yeah, well, that's always good to hear, man. I know there's always a lot going on around this time of the year. Everybody is trying to focus in on knocking out them goals the first quarter of the year. It's something I talk about with my clients a lot, but it's like we're about to go into spring season. Well, technically it is spring, but going
Yeah,
into
right. Our spring.
yeah, right. Here in New York is just like another day of trying to find out if it's raining, snowing, or if it's sunny out. But yeah, we're another step closer to warm weather, vacations, holidays. I was talking to somebody earlier today. I'm like, yo, for the next 4 months, it's like one holiday a month.
Right.
Easter this month. We got what's this called? Memorial Day,
Memorial Day,
Mother's
man.
Day, all mixed in one. Then you got Father's Day, which it ain't always celebrated, but you got Father's Day, and then we got July 4th. And then we get a little break and then Labor Day. But yeah, it's a lot coming up. Obviously we here to talk football and talk Bills, but I hope everyone out there listening is getting after their goals, whether it's work related, whether it's fitness related. Attack each goal. I mean, attack each day different and try to keep a positive mindset. So I had to get that off my chest these first 10 minutes because I'm just like, I spend 5 days a week, motivating other people, but I feel like some of our listeners, they probably need to hear it too. Like, go out there and attack this shit, man. We only get this one life. As far as we know, we only get this one life to live.
Right.
So it's like attack each day. Try to keep that positive mindset. And like the shorty behind me, man, if you got, what I mean, if you wanna, if you wanna be a little cocky with your success, have fun with it. Have fun with it.
On that, I'm the segue. Yeah, listen, that game was entertaining as all hell.
Oh, it was. It was, man. It
I mean,
was. What a game, right? Like, I don't know about you, but had you watched a game in full length this year, women's basketball?
not prior to the tournament.
Okay.
Once the tournament started, I caught a couple games here and there.
Okay.
But this was my first time watching LSU a full game. I've seen, pieces here and there. So it was entertaining though, man. First half, LSU was coming out
Gun.
hitting threes left, and that's the team that don't even shoot threes. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
They
they
were
was
saying
coming
that
out
throughout the
just
game. They like,
got another one, got
they don't
another one.
do that. Little Ice Spice shorty. She not. Gang.
Them girls wasn't even hitting rim. It was just all net cash, cash. I imagine you said little ice spice short. That joint just hit me.
Little blonde hair ponytail. Yeah.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
killing, man. I
It
think
was
she was
it
like
was
6 to 6 in the first half, something like
yeah,
that.
it was a lot of action, man. And I really appreciate it from the standpoint that I feel like everybody, and they said that was the most viewed sporting event, honestly. I said 9.9 million. Um, I don't know. It
Yeah,
was up there. They broke records. Let's just say that.
that's not a bad number. Hell, I mean,
Right.
for a Sunday afternoon.
All right. And that's what I was gonna say. I think they had the perfect situation for that game because here's the three things that they had going for them, and maybe four. One, you arguably got the best young women's basketball player in the world playing.
I
Clark.
think that's hands down.
Hands down, that was my first time watching her play for a full game, and I'm just like,
Oh,
watch,
she got that dog.
bro. I'm watching the first 5 minutes, and
hmm
I'm at my in-laws,
Pulling from Curry range, easy.
and I was just like, oh,
Oh,
she
she
like
about that.
that, and people was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Oh, you ain't. Oh, you ain't
they
know.
like, they like, yeah, Val, she like that. So boom. So first off, you got her playing, so that's kind of box office right there. Number two, you got LSU, who for whatever reason were ranked number 3, but they
Which
got
probably should have been ranked higher. I mean, hell, they only had 2 losses all year. I'm pretty sure.
right. So they only had 2 losses a year, but then they got a decorated head coach, a
hmm
lady who had won already 3 championships. And then on top of that, what really worked in their favor is that I feel like some of the men's games didn't live up to the hype like for the last, week, let's just say. It was a lot of upsets and
Yeah,
we know what happened. So I feel
yeah.
like people were looking for that. All right, let me tune into this. Like, hopefully this give me something to get me through my Sunday fix. Baseball is back. Shout out to the Yankees and all of that. That's cute. But I feel like people were clamoring for something to kind of get them through their Sunday afternoon. So I think once people turned to it and seen how it was going, it kind of had motherfuckers glued. Like, oh, let me keep it here. Hold on, let me get my.
Yeah, it's entertaining because you got Caitlin Clark, who's like I said, and like you said, the best in the game at the moment. But LSU got players on their own. I mean, the young lady behind you,
Angel
yeah,
Reese,
she's a first team All American
bro,
herself.
double
So
double machine.
yeah, the most double doubles ever in the season. I
Right.
might
I was
add.
as they was going through the stats in the game, I'm like, yo, I ain't even know none of this because I wouldn't. And I'm just like, salute. Like that's all I could think of because I'm still a sports fan. So when I see certain stats, I'm like, oh, she be balling like that?
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's talent all up and down that court.
Right.
And homegirl on Iowa, I think she was playing the 5. I don't even know her name,
She was
but
getting busy.
bro, she was eating before she fouled out. I said, "Oh, okay, I see you."
Yeah. Yeah, she was eating down there like big country and
Yeah,
shit.
yo,
Like,
she was throwing them elbows though. She was getting away with them shits though.
wait,
I'm
wait,
like,
wait,
"Oh,
wait.
okay."
And honestly, you saw the two different styles, and that's what I love about college basketball altogether is that I don't like the coaching sometimes in college basketball, but the styles will show up. Like you'll get that one gritty team, and then you'll get the one team that just passes way better than the other team. Then you'll get a team that's just super athletic and they just, know how to play to their strengths. And I feel like what LSU was able to do in that game, and obviously we'll switch gears and get back to football, but they were able to play aggressive enough where once they built that confidence, it wasn't no going back. Like once they
Right.
were like, oh, we can go toe to toe with these motherfuckers and we can actually get buckets on these motherfuckers. Like once they realized that, I feel like it was no turning back. Like, once Angel Reese got her confidence going, because you can tell she one of those players where
Yo, bro, her playmaking
confidence
is
up,
crazy though.
huh?
Yo, I said her playmaking ability is crazy though, because she
Right.
had a couple dimes. I'm like,
Yeah, she a baller, like grabbing boards, blocking shots, like she a hooper. Like you could tell it's in her genes. And I think I saw something that said her mother and father played professionally. Obviously, her cousin just won for UConn. Like she got basketball in her genes. Or sometimes you just see it. You look at a girl or you
you
look
just
at
know.
and you be like, oh yeah, they got hooping in the blood.
Yeah.
That's that hooping IQ.
Yeah,
Um,
but the last thing I want to mention about that is, yo, that 3 o'clock, 3:30 window on a Sunday is prime, bro.
Perfect.
Yo, cause like I'm so sick of like the men's game not starting till damn near 9:30 yesterday.
Nigga, nah,
Like, yo, that's too damn late.
and
Like,
your attention span already on like two.
gone,
Because
gone.
you just like, if they don't do something in the first 10 minutes, I'm rolling over or I'm
I'm
flicking
going
the
to
channel.
bed, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever happens, happens.
Right.
I ain't gonna stop to sleep at that
Because I
point.
think I made it to maybe halftime for the UConn game. I think they was up like 10, 12 points. I saw, yeah, this game is over. Like, and that's unfortunate because we all know in basketball ain't no game over with 20
Yeah, but
minutes
I'm
left.
saying you put that joint even bring that joint up 2 hours earlier, dog. These 9 o'clock finals like that makes no sense. You losing half your damn market.
Especially this time of the year. Like
Yeah,
this is not the NBA playoffs, or this is not the NFL season where you could throw in an 8:30 game and be all right. Like, nah, bro, these is college kids. Like, you lucky to average, and unfortunately, I don't mean diss the college kids, but you lucky motherfuckers want to stay up and watch them at 9 o'clock. So
thing is, shit wasn't even out west. Shit is in Houston. Like that's Central Time Zone, dog. That game
right.
didn't have to be that late.
So put these motherfuckers on in the afternoon. Like I said, the women's game, perfect time.
Yeah,
Perfect time.
I feel
Like,
like that's a ratings killer spot, like right there. Like
right.
you,
Motherfuckers, you flicking through the channels, you stop at that game
you know, ain't nothing else on at no 3:30 on no
at
Sunday.
3:30 on a Sunday, and now you good money. Oh, they balling. Oh, she just pulled from 30. All right, bet. Pass me
With
the food.
ease.
Pass
Yeah,
me the
but
drink. Yeah. That was a good weekend situation there. I'm trying to think what else happened over the weekend.
it done crazy. But I know this week of sports coming up is I mean, anytime it's Masters week for me, I'm a
Oh,
I love my golf, so
Tiger.
yeah, I mean
I
it's
know you
golf in general. But I mean,
golf man.
of course the GOAT is out there, so it makes it more interesting. But it's Masters week, so I'm about to be
Motherfuckers gonna be putting in bets on Tiger, or you gonna stay away from that?
nah, man, I ain't putting no bets on Tiger.
All right.
His odds aren't higher than they probably should, so
Yeah, nah, I just
I'm
had to
not.
say that because I remember I think it was last year when they just started the whole FanDuel shit. I went ahead and I think I
He was
put
putting bets on everything, dog.
oh yeah, you already know that. But yeah, I went ahead and did something like that, and I was definitely disappointed because after like 2 hours it was just not looking good. And I was like, yeah, that's the last time I just throw a bet on a sport that I don't really watch.
Don't know anything about.
Right. Like I'll do it for baseball because I feel like baseball has opportunities in it. Like I don't won in baseball before, like little money, but you can get away with throwing like six teams together and just picking win, lose, like straight money line. And you can get lucky. You know what I mean? You can go off some teams Yankees, Marlins, fucking Astros. Oh, speaking of the Astros, how about that first pitch, man? Wow. They broke the internet. They
Bro, honestly, I have no idea what you're talking about, dog.
Oh, Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh, never mind. Yes, I do. Yeah,
They broke why
that
they
tells you something. 'Cause I had no idea where the hell the game was at. I
bruh.
just knew what took place. Man, shit. Oh boy, thought he was slick though.
He did. And
I
then
said, I see
Stephen
that
A. called
glove
him out. I'm
placement.
like,
Like, yeah, all
Stephen A,
right.
why you gotta be loud and call him out? But
Right, man. Let that man be slick on the low, even though it wasn't on the low at all. But like,
it definitely wasn't. He definitely let that thing rest.
Man,
He let he let
better
that
than me.
he let it. He did a quick one, like, but it's too unfortunate for him because now I don't know if he got a wife or a shorty at home or if she got to tell her dude like, dude, it wasn't even like that. Like, it was a quick, but like Stephen A. said, that's why in those situations, especially you got all the cameras around you, keep it right in the back of the back,
Mm-hmm.
right middle of the back.
Yeah, at least it was the glove hand, I guess, and
Right. Yeah.
not the
We ain't see
offhand.
no fingernails, you know what I mean? But
Right. There's no clinch.
right. Yeah, which it could have been on purpose by him too to make sure that was covered up. Like, shit, let me use the glove, you know what I mean? But yeah, that
Yeah,
was a
try.
funny situation that popped off last week. Seeing because I was just laughing at how
Oh,
Sports Center, all of these major.
yeah, good save, baby. My bad, Val.
I thought okay. He just so y'all know, my man Z over here, he keeping up with the Sabres live right now as we record because obviously a lot is on the line, the playoffs here in Buffalo for the Sabres. So I was hoping that was a score, but we'll take a save. We'll take a save because that's the rookie playing, right?
Yeah, he out here balling, dog.
The rookie goaltender. We might got a young Dominic. I don't know that
Hey,
that
we'll find out.
that might be asking for too much, but
It's a high standard, but shit, I'll take some saves for now.
listen, right. But
Yeah, he been set
what I
up.
saying? So yeah, that was just a funny situation with the whole Houston Astros thing. Like I said, Megan throwing out the first pitch, watching motherfuckers just retweet the hell out that shit, funny quotes. Just,
And she just unapologetically her at all times. It just made it even more funny.
right, yeah, like she can't help herself. Like she gonna do
With
the
the
little,
hop around.
yeah, she gonna do the little little pause.
Okay.
She she can't help it. So and sports fans are gonna be sports fans.
Men
Dude's
are
gonna
gonna
be
be
a little,
men.
you know what I mean?
Shit,
But
ladies
anyway,
gonna be ladies. So shit,
listen,
this dude's looking.
we'll keep it at that. I did want to say, okay, shout out to the Sabres. I did want to go on there before we go to football. Let's hope that they pull this off. I don't know if the game going to end before we record, which it might. Um,
Yeah, probably.
but we want to say best of luck to the Sabres because yeah, we need some more positivity in the town. And I always tell people I'm all about um really seeing our hockey team succeed, even if I don't watch every game. I tell people all the time, you gonna catch me watching the Sabres game full length? Probably not. But I'm gonna pull for the motherfuckers, and if they do get into the playoffs, I'm tapping in. Now, hopefully, I don't bring no bad luck. That's the only thing I always say. Like, I get scared because I'll be like, bro, it's gonna be that one time I really start watching that everything's just gonna collapse, and I'm gonna feel like I'm the bad person. But until that point, let's go Sabres.
No, yeah, we good. We good. We good.
Yeah, let's go
We
Sabres. But nah, football wise, man, anything that caught your eye over the last week?
nah, bro. It's been kind of quiet. It's
It
been
has been.
it's been kind of quiet around the league. Like this, that part of the time, free agency dries up.
Mm-hmm.
Teams pretty much set until draft and post draft stuff. So
Right.
you're really not getting too many signings or anything right now. Sabres haven't, or sorry, Bills haven't done anything.
Nah, pretty much. I think Taylor Rapp, since we last recorded, he officially signed his paper. I think.
Yeah, we already knew that was happening though, but officially they got that locked in, which is a very good signing though, because they got a very good player
Right.
to add to an already, great safety room with those starters. So,
Right.
that's
And,
still
and
a good signing.
and I like what he said, which was stuff that we already know, which was, he's excited to be around that experience and really just learn from them because
Mm-hmm.
we talked about it before. When you come in 25, 26 years old, I think he's 26. He got 4 years of starting experience, and to sign a 1-year deal worth less than 2 mil, you must have heard at least a good enough pitch for you to sign this deal to possibly have a chance to be around here long term. So I'm hoping that this is one of those passing of the torch situations, especially if he's really good. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say I've had my eyes on him throughout the whole free agency because I ain't even think he was available. Like, I forgot the dude was even off his rookie year deal, but if he can learn something from Micah and Poyer and even see the field sometimes
Right.
as a third safety, dime packages or whatever, and just show the people flashes. Um, shit, I'm all for it. But I will say, and I touched on this in the first 10 minutes, from the convos that you've heard from other Bills fans or from the convos that we had, even with some of the cover one guys, was there anything that was said that moved you into possibly locking in on one position for that first round pick, or are you still pretty much open minded at 27?
I mean, I'm I'm still on the get me a receiver train.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I'm at still. I can be open to some other spots. Like if they drafted a tackle, I'd be like, all right.
Right.
If they went linebacker, I'd be like, all right, I get it. That's fine.
Right.
But I'm still on go find me that receiver. Because again, I need that talent out there. I need another young guy. I need a cost control contract for a couple years. That adds some stability, not just for this year, but also next year, because we don't know what a game situation looks like after
Right.
this season with this,
We don't know.
we don't know what contract or anything gonna
Because
look like then. So if
because
you have a first round pick in there, you know, it can be a smooth transition if need be.
right. It gives you that insurance. And that's one of the reasons why I'm big on receiver at either 27 or around two. Like I'm
Hmm.
starting to soften up my stance and kind of be a little bit more okay with round two if it had to be. Like, okay, if there's something that you gotta get in round one that you like, I can't pass up, cool. But definitely round one or round two. But the reason why I think it's at the top of my list, and I was talking about it with somebody, it's some of the things you said, but also I looked at it like this. We know Diggs is either he's 30 or 31. What is he? 30, 31?
I think
Whatever
at
he is.
29 going on 30 maybe.
All right. So we know he's boom. He's a veteran, as we call it. And he's in his
Hmm.
prime, which we not gonna sit here and act like he's out of his prime. So he's in his
Right, right,
prime.
right.
Cool. Gabe Davis, like you mentioned, going into the last year of his rookie deal. We don't know what that looks like because on one end, he could have he could have a good year and he could demand 12 to 16 million, or he could regress. And then we know we got to move on. So it's almost like no matter which direction he goes this year, you need to make sure you solidify whatever behind him. Because think about it. If he has a rough year, we're going to be looking for a replacement. If he has a very good year, we'll be like,
We're
maybe
gonna
we
be looking
can't.
for a replacement.
Right. If he has an average year, we still gonna be like, we need this, hey, we might give him an offer. We might say, all right, boom, take this 8 mil and shit. We'll spread it out. But who's to say that's what he want to do? He might want the opportunity to go somewhere, and I'm not saying be the main guy, but maybe he sees himself in a better offense that can use his talent. So for all of those reasons, I'm just like, make sure you get that. And also the third reason I brought up to somebody was the injuries. We don't know. We saw this happen with Von Miller last year.
Mhm.
At any given point in time, you could use one of your star guys. And I would hate for, last year we saw it on defense. I would hate for this year it'd be the offense turn where we lose a guy like Stephon Diggs, or we lose a guy like Dawson Knox for multiple games, or James Cook for multiple games, or even Gabe Davis for multiple games. And now we're like scratching our heads like who gonna step up? Like, no, you should always have some dogs that you can be like, all right, boom, now we going to him. All right, Addison, it's your turn to step up. All right, Flowers, let's get it. All right, yeah, any of these other young guys, yeah, let's go. And so that's what I'm looking at, because I'm cool with the free agent pickups that they did, the the band-aid kind of guys that can probably have a role, but at this point right now, I'm still on that Super Bowl or bust train where it's like, man, let's make sure we don't fall into that trap next year where we like, well, if we would have had Diggs, or if we would have had Davis, we would have been fine. Or if Dawson Knox didn't go down. Well, that's pretty much what we sounded like when we looked at what happened with Von Miller. We were just kind of like, well, Von Miller went down, so this is why our defense didn't perform. Like, nah, next man up, and let's make sure our next wide receiver up this coming season is a bona fide playmaker. But was looking at the linebackers. Not gonna hold you. Still not too impressed. I don't know if you've heard anything that makes you like move off that. And I'm really leaning towards round two.
I mean, like I said, I wouldn't be overly upset. Like if they really want to do a linebacker first round,
It
I
have to
mean,
be
I
that
guess
simple.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I would just prefer if they can drop down a couple spots and just do it. See if you can just
Right,
pick up something else.
right,
You know, drop back a couple spots or drop down early round two and just scoop the best linebacker available at that point.
right.
So I mean, I don't have a problem on the back end if there's a guy that you really like. Even if he's overdrafted, hell, I mean, it's the end of the first. I mean, it's no big deal if you want to, what some people call a reach. But in my perfect world, I'd rather just see a trade down in that situation. Come on, y'all.
What they gave him some points.
Nah, we down one with 52 seconds left.
Oh, I didn't even know what the other team had scored.
Hey, they scored before we came on.
Uh, and
Yeah,
if they lose this game, is the Sabres out?
not officially, but it makes it a hell of a lot harder.
Like a 3% chance?
Uh,
20?
I think it drops it to a 1% chance with a loss because the team they're playing against now is the team that is right in front of them.
Oh boy, yeah.
So
Well,
yeah, so that's a 4 point game pretty much.
oh well, y'all. I ain't saying oh well, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean shit, they got to make something happen, dog.
Damn
But
it.
it's but back on the linebacker thing. If they trade back and do it, I'm fine. But
Right.
like I feel like if the defense is as good as they are, the amount of talent on that team outside of the linebacker position, you still have in my opinion, a great defensive coaching staff. If you guys are all as good as you can, you can get by with what you currently have. Not saying I necessarily want them to do it, but I just still feel like offense is a bigger need. I mean, last couple times they get kicked out of the playoffs, for the most part, it hasn't been because of their defense.
Yeah,
I
for the
mean,
most part.
just
Yeah, the offense kind of hit that
hmm
little part where it made us kind of be like, damn, we need a little bit more. And I think Diggs would be happy too, because I think some of Diggs' frustration is that he's okay if he's not getting the ball, but as long as the offense is still producing.
still got to be winning. Things still got to be moving.
Right, because I think if we go back to that Kansas City game when they lost by 13 seconds, not once in that game did I see Diggs complain because he like shit. We scoring every time we touch the
Yeah,
ball.
double me, but my man eating.
My man Gabe Davis is eating, but it's like when the other dudes ain't eating, or when the offense ain't humming, and he barely seeing the ball, and then he like, wait, hold on,
The fuck is up?
right? Either y'all gonna give me the ball, or one of y'all motherfuckers got to eat, or we better design some better plays. So that's what I said. Offense definitely got to step up this year. And the crazy thing is, we're not even talking about a unit that's like ranked 13th in the league. This is a top 3 offense last year statistically.
Oh, did you fucking miss the puck? Come on, Tage. That's a trip. Call that.
We getting live commentary, y'all, from the Sabres, man. With Tage messed up.
Man, they set my man up for one timer. My man just missed the puck completely.
Ooh.
But they just called a penalty. So Sabres about to have a 2-man advantage, but it's only 12 seconds left.
Oh my God. And
And they had another chance. Dude missed the net. Ah,
put some more time on the clock, ref. Well, this is live commentary, so I mean, it is.
stressed, bro.
You said what happened?
I said, I'm stressed, bro.
Oh, I know. That's why I said I can't
Come
do it.
on. You got to win this face off, dog. Oh, don't
I
call the
can't do it.
timeout.
I'm gonna hold up. Who called
No, you
timeout?
good. No, no one did, man.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought they did. Ah, I ain't never seen a face off this big. Come on, y'all. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on, win this draw. Come on. Oh
This is
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck.
they messed
Come
up.
on. No. Fuck. That's game. Yeah, that's it.
Um,
Shit.
um, um,
Fuck Florida.
What team is this? No, were they actually a better team than us?
I
Or
mean, they're on the same level.
they going to the playoffs?
Not necessarily yet. They're one of the teams fighting for one of the
Oh
final
my
spots
God.
with us.
That's not good. I don't like that.
Yeah, I mean they're a more veteran team. They got a lot more old. I mean our team is young. I mean our average age is like 23. Like this team young as shit. So
Right.
shit might actually be younger than 23. And that's with two of the oldest players in the league on their roster.
So I
So
guess the only positive is that I know people like hate to use this word, but I guess the positive is that the future is bright.
well, yeah, I mean this team wasn't expected even to be as good as they are this year. Like this is already a win to still be playing meaningful games this time of year.
Right.
So
I'm about to tell you, I can't remember the last time Sabres played a meaningful game in April.
we were in college.
Probably.
No,
And
not probably. It was
I'm about to say, because and what we talking? Shit,
2011.
before, so damn. Yeah, we talking way back, 12 years ago. Like, damn.
Mhm. So we if we do not make the playoffs, which now even more of a long shot, we are tied with the Jets for the longest playoff drought in professional sports.
Yeah, we don't need that title again. I'd rather the Jets be alone than that. Like Buffalo don't need to be in no more droughts. And
Nah, dog. It'll end next year though. I think
yeah, nah,
that's for
it
sure.
looks like it. I think next year, like I was telling myself this was going to be the year that I got back to a Sabres game because it's been like 3-4 years. But I think next year for sure.
Yeah,
Um,
no, I've been to a handful this year.
yeah, I'm gonna try to get to a couple because I feel the buzz, I feel the energy.
Damn, fuck.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. So
That's all
I
good.
know that's a tough one because, like I said, I know how I get. Like when it's Syracuse, shit. When Syracuse was good, I'd be fucking all invested into their little March Madness tourney runs, and then they'll piss me off, and now I'm just like, why the fuck do I root for another team? Like the Bills don't already piss me off, but
Sometimes I wonder why I even like sports in general. Like when I talk to dudes who
oh,
don't watch sports, I'm like, how the fuck you not watch sports? And then times like this, I'm like, yo, you smart.
you smart
Yeah,
because
you
you ain't
smart,
got
bro.
nothing to piss you off but TV shows when somebody died. Like
Yeah,
you speak to some women that don't watch sports, they just be frustrated about a certain character. Like, damn, look at Betty didn't die, or damn, y'all ruining my show. We sitting
I'm
there
old.
like, fuck, these niggas
That's
lost
slow.
by 1 point.
Dang, man.
Know what I
Getting used to
mean?
this feeling.
Yeah, I know. That's tough, man. Y'all pray for the Buffalo fans here. That's diehard Sabres fans, because it's not looking good for the playoffs. But we'll try to refocus real quick because I know we already said it wasn't gonna be a long episode this week. I did want to let our listeners know, our viewers know that we will be recording back at the cafe soon.
The one and only,
One and only. And
world renowned.
we're gonna try to work out some action. Like a live draft type situation. We still trying to work out the details. We might do strictly go through the Bills draft 1 through 6, 1 through 7, or we might just do the first round of the whole NFL. But I'm thinking we're gonna stick with the Bills and probably do 1 through 7, and just go off projections like who will be available each round and just say what our selection would be. That might be our best way to go. But we're gonna come with a creative way to do that, and look out for that episode in the next couple weeks. Just gonna work some stuff out with the OG Dennis. And yeah, we're gonna try to do that because I always say like the draft, it comes and goes so quick that by the time you ready to do your first mock,
Shit, it's over.
it's over. Like you might only get one mock in. And I know some people hate the term mock, and some people get tired of mock 1.0, 2.0, 3.0. I get it. I just tell people it's just something to do when you bored. Like I ain't gonna sit here and pretend I'm a draft expert. I'm not
Right.
gonna sit here and pretend that I've watched tape on 200 players. Like, nah, I'm gonna look
I
at
ain't watched tape on nobody.
right. I'm gonna look at draft needs at the most, and I'm gonna go based off of that, and I'm gonna look and see who kind of fit the bill for our team, and go from there. So, yeah, that's something that we're gonna get to in the next couple of weeks. Like I said, the draft will be here before we know it. Um, I was gonna ask you this question, because I feel like this one is more about the Bills and not about these upcoming prospects. But you got a favorite Bills draft pick from the last 20 years? Because I'm trying to do our
Hmm.
generation, and I thought about it earlier, and I'm just like, I don't know if I got one favorite. And
So when you say favorite, you mean like your favorite pick in the moment, or like draft
so
day they made the pick and I'm like, yo, this is
as
the
of
best pick.
today, so like not draft day, but looking back,
Well, I
who?
mean, I guess looking back, it's gonna be Josh Allen
Right. So
in
I was going.
hindsight.
Right. So I was going to say excluding Josh because he's
Okay.
a franchise quarterback. The man is, already a couple Pro Bowls in, and I think he's the obvious answer. So outside of Josh, who would you say has been your favorite Bills draft selection? It can be off productivity, or it can just be like this motherfucker was a great personality, and he's now a part of Bills Mafia, and that's my guy.
I would probably say I'd probably say Stevie Johnson.
Okay, I like that 7th round
Uh,
pick.
yeah. I mean, just the way he came in, all the confidence in the world. 7th round picks aren't even supposed to make the team. I mean, he struggled, grinded, got on the field, back to back 1,000-yard seasons
Mhm.
without top tier quarterback play, without any other real receivers around him. No disrespect to Donald Jones and David Nelsons of the world.
Mhm.
But I mean, that's my favorite player of the last, I'll say, of the drought era. So, that'll be my choice. That was my guy, man. He had
Yeah.
all the swag in the world.
Right. I like Steven. He definitely in my top five of Bill's draft picks over the last 20 years. I think I'm gonna go similar. I think they played together for a little bit, but I'm gonna go Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah, that was my other choice. I was gonna say Marshawn, but I was on the fence
Yeah. I'm
and
gonna go
then
Marshawn,
Stevie.
and even though Marshawn didn't get a chance to play his whole career here, which
And I think that's why I didn't end up going with it, just because the longevity wasn't
right,
there. But when they
but
picked him, and I was fucking amped.
right, and
Because
I remember
that's someone I actually watched a lot in college when
in
they made
college.
that
Okay.
pick. I saw them. I mean, and I just thought of when he was just tipping with that damn four wheeler or whatever,
Oh
that
yeah,
old golf cart on the field. I said, "Wait, that boy gonna bring that juice in the league." You know what I'm
Ghost
saying?
riding the whip. Yeah,
Bills picked him. I was like, "Oh shit, okay."
yeah. Yeah, that's definitely on mines. I mean, like I said, I could go Stevie. I could go even more recent, like guys like Tremaine Edmonds and Tre'Davious White. Even
Hmm.
honestly, I think
Yeah, Trey White was up there too. That's probably
Yeah, I think Trey's in my
I think
top
number
as well.
top three, yeah,
Because
whatever order.
yeah, because I'm looking at guys who not only had an impact on the field, but I'm like off the field too. Like, and I
Mm,
know Marshawn had his hiccup, so we're not going to talk about some of the other dumb stuff.
I ain't gonna
But
worry about that shit.
like NFL wise, how the person embraced Buffalo, and I think
Hmm.
Sean, Stevie, Tre'Davious, like those are some guys who maybe on draft day, some people were like, okay, let me do my little research. I remember looking up Stevie in the training camp, and I'm like, I don't know who this 7th rounder is, but I do know at Kentucky he was getting busy. So I was like,
Hmm. In
Stevie
the
might,
SEC,
yeah, I'm like, he might got a future. I remember he had a game-winning touchdown in one game his last year there, and I was
he
doing
stayed cooking Revis ass,
right,
but
and
no
I
one else was doing it.
right, and obviously that like he was like a Jets killer.
Yeah,
Um,
he had Revis ass on some skates
listen, yeah,
numerous times, which is
I
rare.
still remember one of the iconic ones, but it wasn't from Stevie. It was actually from Sammy Watkins. It was a Thursday night game. I want to say a primetime game, and Sammy put Revis in a blender on a short
Hit him on that whoop whoop.
on a short route. Cause Sammy, quiet as kept, he was a
If he,
good. He was
bro, when Sammy stayed on the field and wasn't hurt, my man was an animal. He just
right,
could never. That's even post Bill's career. Like, I mean, could just never stay on the field.
right, and I think that's the tough part is because you want to vouch for a guy like Sammy, but then it's just
I
like
don't think he ever played a full season.
I think the most he played was like 15 games. I remember he had the one year where he had like 10, 11 touchdowns with Tyrod. And I think most of them came in like the last 8 or 9 games. But yeah, I mean, I'm just I say all that to say I'm hoping we can get one or two from this draft that we really fall in love with. This is
Hmm.
one of the more quieter drafts as far as like top tier
Bro,
talent.
it's because I mean we still getting used to drafting at the end of the first round. Like this
Yeah.
is still new territory. I mean, for the longest time we drafting between 8 and 12. I mean, I felt like for 15 years straight, it was in the
Yep.
same spots. Every now and again we draft like fourth or third or something. Every other than that, it's 9, 11, 12.
Right.
But like
Yeah, nah,
end of the
we
first round is just different.
right. It definitely is. But I think that the good thing is that that means that we are in a good spot,
Hmm. Yeah,
with
I honestly, with how a lot of fans are, I'm just kind of just basing this off Twitter a lot, but
Mhm.
a lot of fans are just way more down on the Bills than I think they should be.
Yeah.
Like they're
Especially
acting like
that
this
won 14 games.
not a right a 13 win team,
Right.
and it's not like it's returning a ton of talent and a good coaching staff. Like I think a lot of people are just acting like this is a 8-8 team at best. Well,
Right.
all these other teams got better around us, but do you realize the gap that was already in place beforehand? Like you acting like the Bills gonna fall off a cliff because we lose Tremaine Edmonds, but we bring back a lot of talent,
And the one
solidify the line.
and I will say the one thing I am excited about, probably more than anything that I saw in this offseason, is that the secondary will be back intact.
Bro,
Like
when was the last time Poyer, Hyde, and Trey White played at the same time?
it's been 2 years. It's
Come
been two
on, man.
years. So like that to me has me more amped than anything because I know McDermott and that staff, they'll figure out the front seven.
Bro, it's about to be White, Kyer, Poyer, and Hyde. Like that's your four? Like
Right. And then if you want to say your six, Taron
that right,
Johnson,
that's not even counting.
Taron and Taylor Rapp. So it's like you got six DBs who can start on any team
Right.
and pretty much are all dogs. So hey, if you want to come with one of the top receiving threats in the league, cool. Go try to get past those 4 or 5 guys.
Hmm.
You know,
And
so
then I'm like, yo, so once Von Miller does come back, and if he's even the shell of himself, so you got the back end. So now you add Von back up. You still got Rousseau on the other side. Like this
right.
defense looks a whole lot more formidable.
And hopefully a healthy Jordan Phillips, and Daquan Johnson, of course. A fully healthy Tim Settle, hopefully. You still got
Hell, and a healthy Egg, who
right,
wasn't
a
healthy
healthy
a
Ed
good chunk of the
if he's
season.
cool, right? And Matt Milano is still back. So, like you said, the sky isn't falling. I
They
just think,
fire from it for me. Like a lot of teams tripping.
yeah,
But
it just
all
like I said, I
the
think a lot of
talking
people,
heads on TV, who gonna win the division? Jets or the Dolphins? Not even to mention the Bills. Like, all right, cool.
yeah,
Yeah, let's sleep on my boys if y'all want.
yeah, it's cute, but we all know that at the end of the day, we know who been the top dogs last 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Not back to back. Who won the division the last 3 years?
Back to back.
Nah, I mean, bike the bike the bike. You know what I'm saying? 2020, 2021, 2022. So if you want to stop the dudes who got a three-peat, you got to go through Josh Allen. And I'm gonna still keep that. Like, we know who got the conference right now, and that's two guys right now. And I'm gonna give it to them. Pat Mahomes and Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I
They
mean, hell, they won the last 2 years. So
they don't won the last two AFC titles.
until
So
somebody knock one of them off,
until
they the
somebody
top
knock one off,
dogs.
I'm cool with them being the top dogs. But as far as the AFC East goes, they still run through us.
Mm-hmm.
So they can say what they want to say. But you still got to run through Buffalo. I still like the fact that they were able to make small steps.
And the
And
Jets still ain't got no quarterback yet. So until that shit is official,
bruh,
I don't want to hear nothing about them winning no division.
everybody that moved on from that, like that just wasn't a big thing just 3 weeks ago. And now it's just quiet as ever. And we just supposed to believe everything going to work out.
Mhm.
Okay. Like it's wild, but we here though. We here though. But now we reached around our I think our time say about what we did last week. So
Yeah, yeah.
anything you wanted to add, man? I know the Sabres kind of, fucked up the mood a little
Oh
bit,
man,
but
it's all good, man. I know where my team lies,
you
man. They
know what it
core
is.
is all 22, 23, bro. We got some reinforcements coming.
Right.
Kulik gonna be here next year. Savoy might be up here. These names don't mean anything to you, but that's cool.
Ooh,
Uh,
you said
Levi,
Savoy. I was thinking about Savoy on Sundays.
Ty, Hopefully he's
Old
good as
spot.
Savoy on Sunday. We got some reinforcements coming up here, so like
All right.
I feel good about where we're gonna be. But as long as Levi can keep playing the way he did, because hell, even though they lost today, my man had some crazy saves. So I
I
feel
saw
good about my saves. We
I
be
saw
we
a
be there
couple of the
next year.
highlights.
We all right. But Bills wise, nah, man, I'm just ready to. I'm gonna start diving into this draft stuff for real this week, and really start locking in what I want to see, how I want things to play out.
It's time,
Uh,
man. April
yeah,
4th.
exactly.
Well, today is April 4th. This will be out on April 5th. But yeah, we getting down to the nitty-gritty, man. It's 20-something days now. You know, we don't
Mm-hmm.
saying a month, 2 months.
Yeah, now we just about here, dog. Where's the draft at this year? Do you know?
Detroit? No.
Let me
Was it
just
Detroit last year?
do a quick Google search.
Yeah.
NFL
I
draft.
want to say Detroit, but I'm not sure.
Let's see. Kansas City.
Oh shit. Maybe Detroit was last year. But regardless, um, listen, let's get it popping. Everybody get your mocks together. Get your scouting in. Because it's gonna be time. We gotta find who the next Buffalo Bills is and watch our YouTube highlights and all of that fun stuff. So
Mhm. That's why. Man, listen, I ain't gonna lie. It's no disrespect to defense, but watching college highlights look so much better on offense.
oh, for sure. Yeah,
So
defensive highlights don't hit the same,
like it's
especially if they
cool.
weren't
Like right, a linebacker. Like I don't watch no damn linebacker highlights.
yeah, especially if they weren't like yeah,
Flashy plays. Like
right.
I don't want to watch somebody doing nice form tackles all year long and covering. Like I
Bro,
mean that's great, but
recovering a
bro,
fumble and
let me see this 5 yard pass you took for 60. That's what I want to
right,
see, dog. Let me go see
right.
you jump over a corner and a safety and come down with the ball.
And definitely ain't no offensive lineman highlights, so you just gotta just pass on
Right. Just watching pancakes every
just
now and
watching
again. Like, come on,
pancakes and
man.
shit. But
Yeah. All fun and games. So they show up with a running back.
right. But nah, man, listen, y'all. We did what we had to do. We know that, like I said, we got some real information to dive into over the next 2 to 3 weeks.
It's gonna be fun.
Last year we went through our top 5 cornerback prospects. We went through and I think we touched on a few. I think we brought up Elam last year, but I think I was more on a couple other trains last year. I wanted a couple other guys that we didn't get. I think the one dude was a guy Booker or somebody like that. But yeah, let's see if we can hit on some. We're gonna try to dive into a couple names. I know we've already said the one linebacker from Iowa. We mentioned a couple other people. I know for wide receiver, I keep hearing names like Zay Flowers and Jordan Allison. So I'll look into them more. Even the tight end from Georgia has been somebody that's been on my radar for day 2. So yeah, we're gonna get into it. We hope that y'all enjoy tapping in with us today. Last week as well, as we move closer to the draft season. So listen, y'all, do what y'all got to do. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to subscribe, tell a friend to tap in. Join us. If any other podcasts out there that want me and Z to hop on for even for a few minutes, it don't even got to be a full episode. If y'all need me or Z to hop on, we willing to fuck with y'all and collaborate to talk good sports, life, bills, the vibes. And shout out to the one behind me once again, Angel Reese. If you watching, you see the 5 on the face. You see the Yale. You feel me? Y'all didn't grow up with Tony Yale. Y'all wasn't rocking G Unit sneakers. I ain't had no G Unit sneakers.
I wasn't rocking no G Unit
That that
sneakers,
that that
dog.
was an era though. That was an era
It
when
wasn't time. I wasn't rocking no G Units. I
yeah, I
never had
mean,
any urge for no damn G Units. I said,
boys
nah,
had the
dog,
G
this
Unit
ain't.
white beaters too. We ain't forget. But
Yeah, nah. Them thick ass straps, man.
the
Nah,
50
bro, I
had
couldn't.
50 had boys wilding.
Looking like a damn Kevlar vest, man.
But
Like,
I ain't
y'all
gonna
got
lie,
slick.
I did have a two-tone do-rag though.
Everybody had the two-tone do-rag, dog.
I
That
mean,
had to happen.
two-tone do-rag, put the do-rag strings out the back pocket. You know the vibes. You know
Yeah,
the
that
that's mid 2000s. They wasn't outside. But anyway, y'all, we'll go off on a tangent, y'all. Listen, this is Val.
it's your boy Zyrus. Appreciate y'all listening, kicking it with us.
Yes, sir. Tap in with us next week.
Catch y'all.
Peace out.
Yes, sir.